Hey everyone, this is Blackbinder, and welcome back to the Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last time we left off, we finally finished off with the Gullet and Delver's Row and the Undercraft and all that stuff. We talked to Dario, kind of became friends with him a little bit. Started off shaky because we had bad reputation with him, because obviously they're criminals. But anyway, we do want to play nice with him until we figure out whose side we're going to end up on in this whole caste system problem in Nekataka. But now we are in the Brass Citadel, and it's a new area, means lots of new quests. Alright, he crosses his arms over his chest in greeting. Cross your arms across your chest. Calm seas, Trencher. That is apparently a coastal Amua thing.
You are the mysterious Watcher, the one who nearly caused a riot in Queensbirth. The Grand Secretary Atsura wants to meet you. His office is on the lower level of Imperial Command, up the stairs.
Exactly did I do in the Queen's birth that caused the riot?
Once you're inside, go downstairs through the room on the right.
Alright, we will. I don't need to know if he's in charge here. I'm sure we'll find out.
No Vailian spy is coming through on my watch.
I'm a merchant. I have business inside.
You want to see our walls, our cannons, our powder house. You must think I'm an idiot.
Back, you got one thing right.
Ha! Good comeback. A well-dressed Vailian and young but determined guard are arguing by the gate.
The Royal Deadfire Company is a trading company, is it not? And you are on Kahanga soil. You cannot turn me away.
The Vailian's words only anger the guard further. Her face darkens and she grits her pointed teeth.
The Brass Citadel and the Royal Deadfire Company operate under the auspices of the Ranga Nui of Rauatai.
She straightens her shoulders and crosses her forearms over her chest in a stiff salute.
We answer to him, not to you. And certainly not to some tribal queen of Nekataka.
Let's all take a deep breath. I'm sure we can work this out.
Oh, you're one of those.
She crosses her arms.
These Vailians are always sending their spies to snoop around, and I won't have it.
And these Rauataians think they own anything they stack two stones on top of. I am here to conduct business, not engage in petty power struggles.
Let the merchant pass.
What? She's up to no good. I know it.
No, you just don't trust Vailians, and she's right. This is no way to run a trading company post. So have her followed to see where she goes and whom she meets. That's good. I can vouch for her. She won't make trouble. I think we should go with insight. Because, no, you just don't trust Vailians, because, she's being kind of bigoted. The guard makes a frustrated sound at the back of her throat.
Fine. But if you're wrong, we're gonna have a talk later.
She glares at you before nodding the Vailian on.
My friend.
She doffs her hat to you before departing. Alright, let's go in here. Oh, there is one thing. I was going through here, and it said... Family Pride, is this it? No, the Lighted Path. Sorcerer and a Gentleman, where is it? Okay, Izali Bertato is convinced the Valera family is planning to make a move against her. Find Zili Valera. Now, I don't remember actually finding him unless he was the guy in the hole that started a fight with us. But other than that, I don't remember actually meeting a Zili Valera, so...
Green islands and blue skies.
The locals don't know how good they have it.
This must be the Rauataian, the outsider fort that the
Why does
Ruparu were talking
carve his
about.
name into a rock?
The Ranga Nui, and it's a commemoration to show what he built.
Oh. Then did your Ruparu also write their names on other stones?
Oh, how Theos has fallen. This guy is the voice of the main villain from the last game, the Rauataian guard.
For what do you squawk and gloat over a heap of stones? Akira, you Rauataians are strange cousins indeed.
The Brass Citadel is a marvel of modern engineering. With the gates barred and the cannons primed, it can withstand any attack and weather any storm.
Hina's want a friend turn to regard you.
Maybe you can get through to her, Trencher.
What is a trencher? It sounds bad, but I think it's good. A friendly term Rauataians use to refer to one another. It's a reference to the omnipresent trenches Rauataians have built to irrigate their soil and protect their homes from stormwater. I'm sure the Brass Citadel is very nice.
Please, spare us empty pleasantries. We transformed a rocky cove into the best defended harbor in Nekataka. Such achievements must be celebrated.
Yeah, a good fort should be celebrated.
This rocky cove was once a prized fishing spot for the Riparu. These
You can still fish here.
Rauataians act as if every bare islet is merely awaiting a fort or a farm. They cannot look at anything without planning to change it.
You can't fish forever, but you can farm for quite a while.
To strive is to survive. Those who would achieve greatness must make the world a better, more ordered place than they found it.
Why change the world when you can learn to live in it the way it is? This is what my people have done for thousands of years.
Nope, that's stupid, because the people who are changing the world will make more innovations and come and rule and conquer you, so you have to change it at least somewhat to defend yourself. We should ask what provides the greatest benefit, a fishing spot or a harbor. There, we'll be pragmatic.
Must we sacrifice the needs of the few to the whims of the many, then?
Yes, definitely. I mean, as long as you're not hurting the few. But, I mean, yes, if it can do more good to the many, then we should probably think about it.
Akira, nothing invigorates like a good discussion. Thank you for indulging us.
She grins. Yes, thank you. Be happy to talk. It's a good thing. With that, they turn from you and resume their discussion. Let's look at this. For the glory of Rauatai and the strength of the Ranganui, 2818 AI. Let's, this is the fort up here, Imperial Command, but I don't want to go in there just yet. Let's check out the smaller places first.
Unfurled and sword held high.
She's in trouble for something.
For glory and Rauatai.
Faithfully done,
Come to
Emiani.
gawk, too. My punishment's over, you know.
She looks away and crosses her arms carefully to hide her burned hands. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
I shouldn't take my anger out on you. It's not your fault I punched my captain.
It's as if the mere mention of the incident takes her back to it. Her face darkens with anger and a bitter snarl transforms her features.
Then maybe he shouldn't have insulted my aim. Like I don't know the difference between a smooth and rifled bore.
What are you going to do now?
I'm not reporting back to Wakoyo, that's for sure. I crewed on mercenary ships before this. Come to think of it, that suited me better.
She grins impishly.
Still a scramble-root at heart, I guess. But I'm plenty experienced. Maybe I'll see if anyone's looking for an expert cannoneer.
I could use an experienced cannoneer on my crew. She looks you up and down, considering her offer.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I only crew with captains I know. Either personally or by reputation. I'm sure you're capable. But I don't know enough about you. Yet.
Her eyebrow quirks up in hopeful suggestion.
Let's talk again when you've made a name for yourself.
Will do. Faithfully
Report
done.
to Wakoyo Nui when your hands and your temper have healed.
Alright, we're going into the
Last
Fleet Master's
time I
office.
ship out with some soft-handed run.
Yeah, I feel her pain. There's nothing like someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, like, is trying to tell you what to do. She's clearly an experienced cannoneer, or so the game is trying to let us know. And her captain probably didn't know what he was talking about. An inscription reads, "That which grows is strengthened by Coral Mason Torcuo. This map shows shipping routes from Deadfire to Rauatai." Holy cow. 15 mechanics for this? Or no, the difficulty is 15. I only need 9 mechanics for it. Okay. Or no. No. My total mechanics is 9. And I do need 15. That is crazy.
My friend.
Wakoyo crosses his arms and tips his head to the side. So this is the guy she got pissed at. A long scar traces a path down his face, curving sharply where his cheek rises with a smile. Calm seas. That is because we are Rauataian.
The boats of our decorated armada have orders which spread them thinly across the archipelago. Rauatai finds itself in need of a privateer.
Privateers are pirates sanctioned by some state. Like England back in the day had privateers that made it legal to loot other ships.
Your ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit.
Aren't you afraid that privateering will start a war?
An official reckoning is drafted to account for every cannonball shot in the name of Rauatai. Our paperwork is most thorough. For every ship sunk, there is a legal justification. Our enemies will know the war is started on the day we fail to turn in our paperwork.
Who are you at war with, though? What bounties do you have available?
A Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open seas.
Recall your grimaces and itches at his scar. I'll take the bounty.
Most excellent. Asilla commands the Voyager River Dragon, which pesters a group of islands to the southwest of Port Mage.
Farewell. Alright, let's get out of here. That was the only thing we needed to do, I guess. Alright, now let's go to the officer's lounge. Actually, let's talk to this peddler real quick.
I've got all sorts of goods and take a look.
I want to see what you have. Gauntlets of Ogre Might, +2 might. That would be nice. Ring of Greater Regeneration. That's really nice. 3 health restored per 3 seconds. So, Charm of Bones. Grants Call of the Restless. Summons a random vessel to fight for the wearer. Land to Slumber. +2 intellect and +5 accuracy against vessels. I think the +2 intellect is just all around, and then it's +5 accuracy only against vessels. So this is actually pretty good too. We don't need any of these. We're maybe hammer and chisels. I think we only have 2 of them. Let's look at this. What is it? +2 athletics. That's right. We didn't want to wear it just yet. Just if we needed it. Okay, let's go into the officer's lounge. The Hazanui's a cannonball, cold as winter until suddenly she's not.
Meet her eye when you've got bad news. She respects that.
What do we got here? Cargo manifest shows saltpeter received from Rauatai.
She likes me. I spent most of my career escorting foreign ships.
Many have. She's got nothing against scramble routes, but don't stare at her hand.
From Rauatai and raw foodstuffs shipped back. Someone named Pero is trouncing his opponents at Hazatoa. Don't know what Hazatoa is. Okay. Lounge server. There's nobody in here that we really need to talk to.
If this is about the Hazatoa tournament, I've got nothing to do with that, alright? I just serve the drinks.
I guess they get Theos' voice actor to just do everyone nowadays. Alright, what's this about Hazatoa?
Some of the soldiers and sailors get to making unwise bets when they play. Like I said, I keep out of it. None of the regulars are looking for new opponents, though, if that's what you're asking. All the better for you, trust me.
I'd like to order something.
Sorry, I'm really only supposed to sell to captains.
But I'm a
working
privateer.
for the Royal Deadfire Company.
Why do you work for the Royal Deadfire Company?
They always pay on time. They're run by the Ranganui, so they should, right?
Ranganui, that's the Rauataian Empire.
Also, I'm from a town near Tekoa. Rautai's full of all kinds of kith, not just Amawa. But the Amawa have a long history at sea. They make up a lot of sailors and soldiers, including most of the ones that ended up here.
Okay, so there we go. We have it. It's Amwa. Not... Wait, how did he say it? Son of a gun.
They always... Also, but the Amawa have a
Amawa. I'm not going to remember that. Sorry. Amawa. It's Amawa. Okay. So an artisan. Let's go to Uto's gunsmithy. I'm guessing he has some cannons we could buy for our boat. Uto. Let's unlock this for some experience. What do we got? Exceptional blunderbuss. Nice. Too bad I have crappy stealth. Actually, you know what? These guns look ancient, but the metals is still polished and the wood perfectly smooth. Let's remember we have been raising stealth for Seraphim. Let's see if we can't. How do we go stealth? Right alt? Ha! We can. He's got just good enough stealth to steal. Nice. That exceptional blunderbuss will give us an exceptional amount of gold if we sell it. The man greets you with his arms crossed over his chest. He has a mass of scar tissue where his left eye would be, and his hands are knotted with bulging tendons.
Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? Rauatai makes the finest guns in Aora, and I make the finest guns in Rauatai.
Nice. What makes your gun so special?
Craftsmanship.
He holds out his knotted hands, keeping them entirely still as he speaks to you. They're covered in small burns and scars that blur the varied pigmentation of his skin.
If you ask my superiors at Imperial Command, they'll tell you our main exports are saltpeter and metal. Those are just things. They're prized because of what we do with them.
I'm guessing those are used to make guns. He reaches under the counter and presents a blunderbuss, holding it out for your inspection with his ever-steady hands. It's a high-quality piece.
Rauatai industry is about discipline, precision, mastery of a careful art. Those qualities guide all that we build.
Let's see what you have. Dragon's Dowry. What does it do? These are all normal arquebus stuff. So it's legendary. Holy cow. 60% damage, 15 accuracy, and plus 4 penetration. It grants Dragon's Breath. What is that? It generates a fearsome vertical sheet of flame, inflicting burn damage on anyone moving through it. So, it's like a wall. Wall of flame. And then Rune Lock. 10% chance for wielder to suffer 10 burn damage on launching attack. 20... but also gives plus 20% damage as burn. Nice. You can enchant it with what? Oh, nice. The specific enchantments can be upgraded to 2 other enchantments. So, Dragon's Breath, the wall of flame, would become what? Blazing Fury? What's Blazing Fury? 40% action speed for 20 seconds, 5 burn damage per 3 seconds for 25 seconds. Nice. Or Serpent's Rage, which gives us... fires a cluster of unavoidable fire projectiles, inflicting burn damage. The burst of rune powder causes the wielder to receive burn damage, however. So, basically it fires an unavoidable, like a for sure hit with fire damage, not raw damage. And then it also hurts you for 10 damage. Nice. That's really cool. I'll need to go back through all my stuff and actually look at it. Like, what's Saint's War? Second chance I can turn into Rock Solid for minus 10 crush damage, minus 10%, or minus 10% slash damage. So, those are both decent, but what do we get after that? Resistant to perception afflictions, or grants Veteran's Maneuver. What is Veteran's Maneuver? Immunity to attacks versus reflexes. Huh, until they are hit twice by other attacks. That's not that great. Maybe it is, and I just don't know what I'm talking about. Scortio's Trophy. It's superb, not legendary, but still good. Opening shot. Scoring hits with this weapon grants a stacking minus 5% recovery time with melee weapons for 30 seconds. Critical shot plus 15% crit damage. So you open it with a volley, and you fire this and then go into melee combat. But remember, Seraphin was equipped with a firearm and a melee weapon when we first found him. So maybe there's like something you can do with both at a time. I don't know. Okay, what does this take? 14. I do not have enough even with Thief's Putty to open that. So, and I'm not going to waste the Thief's Putty just for experience. Those cost 500 copper each time I use one. There's a forsaken cat up there. Keeps making me think it's like an undead cat. Kajux. 20 health restored per kill, and your party moves more quickly in combat. Powder House Guard. Let's see if we can talk to him.
I'm sorry, but this area is strictly off limits.
Can I just look around inside?
Sorry. My orders come from the Hazanui herself.
Come on, I can't get into that much trouble, not when this place is so well guarded.
All it would take is one stray flame, one errant spark. No, I'm sorry, but you really don't understand.
Looks like I could bluff him, probably tell him I'm a captain or something. Alright, there's the east exit, Fleet Master's office. This place actually isn't that big, so let's go check up here and then we'll go into Imperial Command. There's a reason we need to go there. Somebody we needed to talk to, but I can't remember who.
What happened? President Hasago, what disaster darkened this halls? Brave trenches call for justice. Kahunga fold their hands. All mighty people. All
This is the town crier, looks like. Powder House Guard. I want to see if I can unlock this.
His voice shall fill your cells.
Nope, I need 15. And I'm also, I think the reason we'd go in there is to sabotage the place, but I'm a Rauatai, so I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm an Amua. Oh, God. Amau. I can't remember how they say it already. Son of a bitch. Amau. We'll just stick with Amua. I told you I'd forget. The air around the coral thrums with life-sustaining magic. Remember, they're seafaring people, so they probably really like their coral reefs. We don't want to go to lower yet. Let's talk to Sabormi. Sobormi. A young woman with a bright, wide smile and eyes to match raises her hand and gives you a quick but enthusiastic wave. Then, with an exaggerated look of embarrassment, she stops herself and crosses her forearms over her chest.
I always forget that part. Say, you're the Watcher of Cadnua, aren't you? I've never met anyone famous before, except the Hazanui. She yells at me sometimes.
The Hazanui is who again? Admiral. The Hazanui yells at you? You're the quartermaster. Can you sell me something? Her face scrunches up in disappointment.
I really wish I could, but my supplies are for the Royal Deadfire Company and our allies. Hazanui's orders. Maybe if you impress her or Atsura, they could make an exception.
She smiles hopefully. Are you always this excitable?
It's just, this is my first time away from the rough country. I'd heard there were thick, green forests and sandy beaches without a storm in sight, but I never imagined this.
She shakes her head in wonderment.
You must have traveled lots, seen all sorts of amazing places.
Sabormi folds her hands under her chin, watching you intently. I like her attitude. Sure, I've got to get Aethys to stop stepping on them. And had adventures you wouldn't believe. See the world, Sabormi. Travel is grand. That's passionate, but that is what I want to say.
I sure hope to.
Seraphine snickers quietly and thoughtfully. Or thoughtful, Soti rubs a knuckle along the edge of her jaw. I don't know what that means.
I love Rauatai, but it's hard to go a week without seeing storms. Or hearing about mudslides burying a village somewhere.
Her buoyant expression sags, but only for a moment. The Hazanui yells at you?
Oh, all the time.
She screws her face up into a look of mock seriousness. Still, she can't keep from smiling.
Where's my white leaf? Stop daydreaming. Sabormi, if you lose the ledgers again, I'll have you clean the latrines.
At this last comment, she leans close, her eyes wide and voice low with awe.
All this time, I didn't realize she knew my name.
I like her. Let's try not to get her killed. Really? That's all there is in here? Oh well. Let's go talk to this Hazanui. Oh, that is locked. Let's unlock it anyway. Can't open it, but we can unlock it. Just a torch. We're not going to bother trying to steal it. Weapon master. Ooh, I like you. Come on, talk to me. Can't train us or anything. Where would the Hazanui be? That's the exit. Alright, well, let's go to lower Imperial Command.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
This has got to be the Hazanui's office. Atsura. Nope, it's not. Atsura is like the second in command, I think, the way Sabormi talked about him. The man behind the desk regards you with attentive, unblinking eyes and a perfectly open expression. Ooh, he's a pretty guy. Look at his portrait. That's a pretty Rauataian. His smooth features make it hard to pinpoint his age, though the crinkles at the corners of his eyes suggest he is not especially young. He cocks his head, taking your measure. He pauses before speaking just a little longer than seems normal. When he finally does, he crosses his forearms over his chest and gives you a slow, exquisitely courteous nod. The whole gesture is so perfectly choreographed that it seems he must have practiced it many times.
Watcher Nui, the Lord of Cadnua.
I'm the big watcher. He gives you a sleek half smile that reveals a row of perfect pointed teeth. Well, that's a contradiction there. Perfect and pointed? That doesn't make much sense. Perfectly straight, maybe. In his careful stare and the pause before he speaks, you recognize that he's studying you.
I'm not one for ostentation, but your remarkable display at Queen's birth suggests that you are an individual with skills, not mere style.
Okay, what the hell did I do at the Queen's birth? What did I do? I don't, like, the only thing I can remember is stopping the duel, and I didn't take sides. I didn't do anything. This is the part where you tell me what I can do for the Royal Deadfire Company, right?
You are most canny. But I think we can do plenty for each other.
I feel like Wolford Brimley. Who the hell did I hit? He blinks, perhaps for the first time since your conversation began.
Rauatai has long maintained trade interests in the region. While our homeland is rich in saltpeter, the violent climate and rocky soils make it a poor source for most other basic staples. It's my business to look after the mainland's interests here.
He spreads his hands wide to include his rather plain, dim office. Do those interests include Luminous Audra?
That is a Vailian frivolity.
I don't think so. It's got to be something.
Leave it to them to observe a substance that occurs nowhere else on Aora, and immediately set about pulverizing it for profit.
Really? So it doesn't... Luminous Audra's only here? So it can't be something with souls in it, because Audra has souls in it everywhere. And what would you do with it?
Nothing. We know too little about Luminous Audra to understand the consequences of ripping it out.
He pauses and considers you. You would make a poor employee for Shinra.
Perhaps you can help me keep them from doing more harm.
Audra's basically like Mako energy. What do you have in mind? If there's a problem, I'll help however I can. That is the diplomatic option.
It's not about what the Vailians are doing to us, but rather to all of the Deadfire.
Aloth nods, a quiet smile etched across his lips.
The demand for Luminous Audra has sent the Vailian Trading Company into a frenzy. Their expeditions grow too bold, and their officers too greedy. Worse, their rapid expansion attracts pirates and threatens the outlying Huana tribes. This risks souring the Kahanga royals against all foreign involvement.
He inclines his head like he's about to let you in on a secret. Why do you care, though? Why are the Rauataians here if it's not for Luminous Audra?
But you can curtail their growth.
This isn't about the welfare of the Deadfire. This is about them outpacing you.
By snapping up land we need to grow food and build ships for our people? Indeed. But our interests and Deadfire's are not mutually exclusive. The Vailians have sent an expedition to Pococahara, a storm-wrecked island believed to house a vein of Luminous. I hear you accomplished an incredible feat in restoring the Luminous Audra near Port Mage.
I did? No, I didn't.
If your abilities allow you to do that, then perhaps you are also capable of the opposite.
I did send some souls back there, but then remember some of them went with me instead. So I guess putting the souls back in there did make it luminous again, but that doesn't make any sense to me.
Find the Luminous Audra at Pococahara. Render it unusable to the Vailians.
If sending the souls back did make it luminous again, then all Audra everywhere, except for the ones they cut off, should be luminous still.
This should encourage them to develop the resources they have, rather than reaching for more.
What's to say I don't tell the Vailians? No, I'm not going to do that. These are my people, so I'm going to have to help them. I thought you were concerned about disturbing Luminous Audra.
Deeply.
He furrows his brow, frowning deeply. Abruptly, his expression clears.
But if a small sacrifice here will discourage the Vailians from further ventures, then it is a worthwhile risk.
I guess, yeah. Makes sense. Very well.
I do not have the precise location of Pococahara, but the tribe on the nearby island of Tikawara could probably help. I suggest starting there.
He circles a small, out-of-the-way island on your map.
Now, what else can I do for you?
You seem different from the rest of the Royal Deadfire Company.
How do you mean that?
Come on, you know exactly what I mean. He lowers his head, watching you all the while.
Are you making advances at me?
No! God.
It's for the best. This would be a most inconvenient time to begin an attachment. How do you
Let's try
mean
this
that?
again. You're hard to read.
It comes from years of practice. It's the only way I've learned to beat Karanui at Azatoa. How do
Let's
you
try
mean
again.
that?
You're not a soldier.
Rauatai is composed of many types, but It's true, many here are soldiers and engineers, none of whom are especially diligent about paperwork.
He spreads his hands to encompass the scrolls on his desk and in the shelves behind him. I'm guessing I don't know, maybe he's got some form of OCD or something. I don't know, or Rauatai OCD. I don't know exactly what I would pin it on, but he tries to get to do the right social things at the right time. What exactly is the Brass Citadel? He hesitates, looking at you as if the answer is obvious.
It's a trading post, of course.
Your trading post has high walls, cannons, and guard towers?
Anything worth building is worth protecting.
True. Alright, let's get out of here.
I can't think of anything else that goes with Hazanui.
What is this thing? Food-stained tally sheets tucked beneath this battlefield model suggest it's been used for recreational purposes.
Criticism is easier than creation.
So it's like a mock battlefield, I guess? Alright. That's where we're going to end it for today. I need to go do something real quick. But I'm probably going to start another video here soon. So please leave a like or comment below and feel free to subscribe for more full Let's Plays like this one. And thanks for stopping by.